Hey guys, here at the House Garage today, and I want to talk to you guys about trailers. I don't see a lot of information out there for guys that are getting into drag racing, or maybe you've been into drag racing for a little bit and you're wanting to upgrade trailers. I just don't see a lot of good content on trailers. So today, we're going to spend a little bit of time going and checking out 4 different trailers that I feel like these style trailers will fit anybody from the most very entry-level person to somebody running in a pro class. If you're running like a circuit or anything like that, I think it's a good spread and it'll include everybody. So I'm not going to cover gooseneck open deck trailers. In my opinion, unless you have a really heavy street truck, those just aren't a good fit. It's not something I would buy. They usually have a really steep ramp. They're really hard to load. When you start to lower a truck, you run into problems. Now, of course, if you already have one of those, and you're not having issues loading your truck and whatnot, perfectly fine, but I'm just not going to cover those in this video. And then the other thing I'm not going to cover is stacker trailers. To me, stacker trailers are professional level racing, and nobody watching this video is looking for a professional level trailer like that. So without further ado, let's go check out some trailers. So this trailer here is Old Faithful. This is my very first car trailer ever, and it is an 18-foot steel flat deck trailer. It's 16 feet with 2 foot of dove, 2 3,600-pound axles. So total weight capacity of this whole deal is 7,200 pounds. The trailer weighs somewhere between 12 and 1,500 pounds, somewhere in there. I really like a steel deck trailer as opposed to a wood, because as you can see, this trailer is really old. We got it secondhand, and it has really held up really good over the years, other than obviously kind of looking like crap. It needs repainted, but I don't use the thing enough anymore to justify putting the money in it. A winch, in my opinion, is a must-have for any trailer. I don't care if it's open and closed, whatever. You're going to go to the racetrack, you're going to break stuff, you're going to need to be able to load this thing when you do break it. So a winch is a must. I wouldn't get any winch smaller than a 4,500 pound, and if you have the budget for it, you might as well get a little bit more, because I've hauled some stuff that was really too heavy to haul in this trailer, and the winch really struggled when we would break it at the track. You can do a wood deck trailer. My buddy Levi opted to buy a brand new wood deck, and his reasoning is when the wood gets nasty, you can just replace it. And that's a really good point. I would not go any shorter than this trailer here if you're going to buy an open car trailer. Really, this is about as short as you want. The rear tire of like a regular cab long bed or extended cab short bed, the rear tire will sit about right here. So technically the body will overhang just a little bit on the back, and then the front is all the way up by the winch here. So you put a lot of tongue weight on the truck with this short trailer. You can do it. We've hauled this thing everywhere. But if you're gonna buy one new, or if you're in the market and you don't mind to search for a little while, I would get like a 20-footer. I think a 20 would be perfect. The pros and cons of an open trailer. Open trailers are amazing for just running to your local test and tune. Just load up really quick. You could have a truck loaded on this thing in 15 minutes. This particular trailer, the fenders come off of it. They just twist off, and that is really nice. I couldn't tell you how many times that we've had to have that. If I was going to buy an open car trailer like this, that would be a must for me, because wide wheel and tires, on these trucks, you sometimes can't fit them between the wheel wells here. So being able to take the wheel wells off of these things means that you can drive your truck right up on here with whatever wheel and tire combo you have, and then when you get to the racetrack, you just pull these things off, so you don't have to swap wheels and tires. The open car trailer is definitely the simplest, most convenient thing. The cons of an open car trailer is when you get home at night, you have to unload all this stuff if you don't want it to sit out overnight. There's no room to put a golf cart. You're maxed out just loading your vehicle. So the golf cart has to go in the bed of the truck if it's an 8-foot bed. If you got a 4-wheeler or something like that, it's gonna have to go in the bed. You're gonna have to drop the trailer when you get there, pull away from it, load your ATV, your golf cart, whatever, in and out of it. That part of it's a pain, and you really don't have the capability of bringing spare parts. bringing much tools, because all the tools that you got to bring have to fit in the bed of your truck or inside your truck. And then when you start factoring in bringing coolers and that kind of stuff, you really run out of room fast. So if you're just doing local stuff, maybe you hit one event a year or something like that, this is a perfect entry-level deal. You could pick these things up pretty cheap. If you got about $2,500, you can buy a decent trailer. And I mean, you could spend a lot on an open trailer nowadays. You could spend 12, 15 grand on a really nice one, you know, hydraulic dump, all that good stuff. But if you got about $2,500 to spend, you can get into something like this pretty easy. If you're gonna do a lot of out-of-town racing, and you're concerned about where you're going to be staying, the hotels, if you're concerned about people, you know, having access to your race vehicle, open trailer might not be the best thing for you. When you're going to have to go to a hotel to sleep, if it's a, you know, weekend deal, and all of your stuff is going to be ready for the taking for anybody. I have heard of several racers that have had their race vehicles stolen over the years, parts stolen off of them. So that is definitely something to consider if you are planning on doing more than just weekend warrior stuff at your local racetrack. The nice thing about an open trailer, though, I will say, is it's not money spent. It's not bad money spent, because it's always nice to have an open trailer around. I mean, how many times have, you know, your wife's car broke down or your car broke down and you had to pay a tow truck to come get it? So if you start off with a open car trailer and keep the thing, it really turns into a multi-purpose use here. If you're gonna buy a new or used open car trailer, make sure it has brakes on all 4 axles. Nowadays on new stuff, that's pretty much standard, but make sure you ask about that. You do not want to buy a trailer like this that doesn't have brakes or only has brakes on 1 axle. If you're buying a used trailer, make sure that the shackles aren't all wore out like this one is. That thing is getting close to be needing replaced soon. That's not going to be good if you're hauling your truck down the road and you break a shackle and now you're stranded. So if you're buying something used, just check over all the wheel and hub area. Ask the owner how often they've greased the bearings and stuff like that. The life of any trailer starts with the tires, the greasing of the bearings, how they maintain the brake system on it, how they maintain the axle system. The rest of it is pretty dumb. It doesn't fall apart. It's just a metal structure. So the axles are the big thing to look at if you're looking into any used trailer. Thought I heard something crash down on the roof at my mom and dad's house. So once you've decided that you don't want to deal with having your truck out on an open trailer and driving it through the elements and worrying about where to keep it at night when you're at the hotels and all this stuff, you're going to want to upgrade to an enclosed trailer. So what we have behind me here is my dad's 28-foot Pace trailer, and he's had this thing since 2001. It's a 93 model, and aside from the paint being really faded on it, it's held up awesome over the years. He takes care of everything that he has. He's a paint and body guy by trade, so taking care of it is a big deal. Not parking it in the grass, leaving it parked in the grass, all the things that go into owning a trailer. But this is a really good trailer, and I think it's a perfect entry-level trailer for guys that are wanting to step up from an open trailer to an enclosed trailer. So let's check it out. So this thing is a 93 model, 28 foot. He added the generator setup for it. He just made some angle iron brackets for it, and it works perfect. It's not an extremely expensive generator. It's pretty entry level, something that is pretty obtainable by anybody with really any amount of budget for something like this. It is a standard height. Standard height on these trailers are 6'6", and it has two 5,200 pound axles. In my opinion, this is bare minimum for hauling a diesel truck. If your truck is over 4,500 pounds or much over 4,500 pounds, you either need to go to a triple axle or you need to go to two 6,000s. Just because by the time you stick a golf cart or a four-wheeler in there and tools and everything, it's going to get to the point where you're starting to put too much load on these axles. I did use this trailer to take my truck to Maryland in last year because I had sold my trailer earlier in the year and I didn't have one, so this is all I had, and luckily my dad was nice enough to let me use it. So I had my truck, golf cart, apparel, tools, the whole 9 yards in this thing, and it did fine on that 10-hour drive, but it wouldn't be something that I would do on a normal basis. With it being 6'6", you have a shorter ramp door. Shorter ramp doors, there's really no downfall to them with a diesel truck. The big thing you run into on a race car is they get too steep of an angle and it's hard to load your race car into them, but really not something to worry about on a diesel truck. This is a heavy built ramp door. It's got 4 hinges on the bottom of it. I had my truck in here, no problems at all. And then we'll take a step on the inside here. So the reason that I would recommend a 28-foot trailer and nothing shorter is because you cannot have a golf cart and a race truck in anything smaller than this. Even with this 28-foot trailer, my truck is 17 feet long, and wow, the lights are making this thing look weird. I apologize. My truck's 17 feet long, and when we hauled it with my golf cart in here, we actually had to take the back seat off of the golf cart to get it to clear. My truck, you can see where the marks were on the floor. That was the front tire, so the front bumper was basically in the back seat of the golf cart. 24-foot trailer is not going to cut it. You won't be able to put anything. I don't even know if you'd be able to squeeze a four-wheeler in here unless you did it sideways. So this trailer is actually 26.5, I believe, with the cabinet space, or 26.3, something like that. And that is the least amount of distance, in my opinion, that you're going to want to use. This trailer is the definition of an oldie but a goodie. It's not the best trailer. It's not the best looking trailer, but for being, you know, a 93 model, it's the same age as me. This thing's held up pretty dang good. If you do get a more entry-level trailer like this one, a couple things I'm going to recommend to you guys. One, coat the floor. The normal wood, see, this is a wood interior, so this is more of a standard trailer. The cabinets were added by a carpenter early on, so this was kind of a base model trailer when he bought it. As far as the floor, coat the floor, because once you get oil soaked in this stuff, it really... you never get that oil out of it. This is a perfect trailer for him. He's got a motorhome, so he doesn't need anything more than this. It accommodates his golf cart, his race car. He can go to any bracket race he wants. He typically tows within about 3 hours of home, so he's not doing a ton of the over-the-road stuff, and that's why this trailer has been in such good shape for him, because he doesn't use the crap out of it. If you're just getting into racing and you want a trailer that you don't have to invest a lot of money into, look into one of these. Now, I will tell you, I would not recommend buying a trailer from anywhere in Georgia. The Georgia trailers are enticing, at least they used to be, because they're cheap. But with cheap comes cheap quality. And I had mine for 2 years, and I tried to take really good care of it, and luckily I was able to sell it. I did good on it because it was still in really nice shape, but I sold it because I knew it was going to go downhill if I kept hauling my truck around. They're just not rated to haul diesel trucks in. Those things are just basic cargo trailers at best. I would just steer far away. Now they're getting so expensive that you could get a base model Pace like this one for the same money that you're going to buy a Georgia one, and I promise you that thing won't even last you 5 years. This one's been around for 28 years. So this trailer weighs about 5,000 pounds empty. So you got 10,004 pounds total to play with the 2 axles. So that gives you, you know, 4,500-ish pounds at the most. That's why really, you know, in my opinion, what we were doing with it was kind of overloading it a little bit. If you're gonna haul a bunch, upgrade to the 6,000 pound axles or consider doing a triple. Really, that's a necessity in my opinion. If you have a motorhome like my parents do, something that you really need to watch out for is the length of your tongue on a bumper pull trailer. This trailer is technically too short of a tongue to be hauling behind a motorhome. The problem that you run into is when you're trying to cut this thing to swing it wide, get it in and out of gas pumps, you really run a risk of getting the RV into the side of the trailer. So that's why most trailers nowadays aren't even built with the short tongues. If you're buying a brand new trailer, probably won't even be a problem, but make sure that you are for sure getting an extended tongue if you have a motorhome RV that you're going to be pulling it with. If you're buying a secondhand trailer and you just have a regular pickup, I wouldn't be too concerned about the tongue length. What's he gonna do with that little truck? Can't haul that with that. Come on. Let's see if he's inside. Hello? Nope. Okay, I gotta go find him. Please hold. I don't even know if I'm allowed to film in here. Probably not. What are we doing? So no, show him the hair. No, don't hide the Morgan Wallen. Embrace it. All right, so this is Morgan Wallen, I mean Jordan Newman's 34-foot vintage trailer here. 7'4" interior height. The baby's 98 inches wide. It's got the long tongue, so if you want to tow it behind a motorhome or a camper, don't have any problems there. Generator compartment. It is a bathroom package trailer, which I'll take you inside here in a second and show you. So it has shower, bathroom, sewage, city water hookup, whole 9 yards, just like an RV. Generator compartment, insulated and sealed, so fumes don't get inside while you're sleeping in it at night. 50 amp hookup. This baby's a nice piece. Got them custom wheels. It's a vintage Pro Stock model. It's got the boogie wheels on the bottom. It's 98 inches wide, right? Yeah. Outside, yeah, that's what I thought. And it's 7'4" interior. Got that backup light, that loading light at nighttime. Got a nice awning set up on it. Outdoor speakers. What are the axles? They're 6,000?
Yeah.
3 6,000 pound torsion axles. All the good. Let's take them inside and show them inside the crib. I gotta watch the door. You hold the door?
Yeah.
Just so it doesn't. I don't want it to beat up on the other trailer. So here's the inside. Carpet on the walls. E-track on the floor. This is something that Jordan put in that's really nice upgrade in case he wants to haul anything other than just his race truck. E-track, you can strap endless things down in endless ways to it. We've had his truck in the trailer already, and this thing fits super nice, super easy to bring in. It's got I believe it's a 4,500 pound winch. I can use my fingers in the cold here. That's spare tire compartment. I'm a dummy. Yes, so this same winch I have, 5,000 pound come up. Yep. Nylon rope instead of a wire, so it doesn't tear up the rubber coin floor. The rubber floors are a really nice upgrade over a old wood floor. the floor in my dad's trailer gets really slick if it gets any oil on it at all. And wood floor that's not coated, once it gets oil on it, it's done. It's always going to have oil on it forever. So the rubber floor is pretty non-slip, easy to take care of. Nice little cabinet setup here. Generator is behind that cabinet. Cabinet. Got the radio, inside speakers and outside speakers. I thought you were a cop hitting me with that light. More cabinets, all the cabinets. Shower, bathroom package trailer. To me, you know, Jordan and I talked a lot about trailers and whatnot before we bought this thing. And the bathroom package trailer, it really just, it pays for itself. If you're gonna race at a semi pro level, I guess you could say, if you're gonna do more than just weekend warrior type stuff, you really need to consider a bathroom package trailer with a shower. This has an AC unit with a heat strip, so he could take this thing out and do more than just racing with it. If he wants to get a side-by-side, if he wants to go camping, all you gotta do is throw an air mattress in here, you can stay in it. If you're gonna go to a bunch of big events, the hotel cost alone will eat you up. So if you just figure in the hotel cost of going to 6 or 7 events a year, this thing, it makes its own payment because of that. So really nice piece. This is a really good upgrade. 34 foot is what I would recommend if you're going to get into something like this, to have enough room for the truck and the golf cart. The truck, when we had it loaded in here, it's a regular cab long bed. It came up to pretty close to the front D-rings here, and so that leaves you plenty of room to have your golf cart before the bathroom. A golf cart with a back seat is 9 foot, so keep that in mind when you're looking at trailers. A 32 will work, it just gets tight. For the extra 2 feet and the extra cost, it's not that much more money. I would recommend just going ahead and upgrading to a 34 foot. So between the wheel wells is an important measurement that you need to pay attention to as well. Our trucks are wide, and if you don't have a really narrow track width, usually you can't even load these things in here without taking the front wheels off. Luckily, with the way that we run our wheel and tire setup, this is 84 inches between here. The wheel and tire combo on mine is 80 inches. Jordan's will be about the same. So we'll be able to load this without having to take the front wheels off and put stock ones on it. If you get a trailer that's at least this height, 7.4, or an 8-foot trailer, you can do like dirt track ramp overs, which basically it's just a flat ramp that goes all the way across the wheel boxes, and then you can drive your truck in. If you have a wide wheel and tire combo, you're able to drive it in over top of the ramps. And then the winch on this is also wireless, I forgot to mention, which that makes it really nice, because if you're trying to load this thing by yourself, you know, you're going to be running around back and forth checking, making sure everything's good, and having that wireless winch is a game changer. I couldn't tell you how many times with my old trailer that I'd have to winch it in 3 inches, run to the back, check and make sure the wires weren't going to touch it, winch it in. It's just a pain. So a lot of really nice upgrades on this trailer. Like I said, it's a vintage pro stock. The vintage, the hallmarks, the pace, the Continental Cargos, they're all really nice hobbyist level trailers. People like you and I do this stuff for fun. These are great trailers, and I would recommend any of those trailers to any of you guys. Okay, so Jordan here has a really good point. Another thing people don't think about is the strength of these doors. You know, diesel trucks are heavy. If you've got an enclosed trailer like this, you're probably got a truck between 4,500 and 5,500 pounds, and the size of the hinges at the bottom and how many hinges is really important. This one's got 4. If you're looking at a trailer, it's got 4 hinges. That's usually a pretty good sign. You want to ask them what the weight rating is on the door. Most of them have a weight rating. Did they tell you what this one's technically rated for?
I feel like it was 5.
Yeah, usually
standing.
Yeah, 5,000 pounds of standing weight. So if you're winching in a 5,500 pound truck, you know, you don't have 5,500 pounds on the door the whole time. The front axle's in the truck by the time the rear axle hits it. So the door, that's a great point, something that you really need to look for and make sure you got a strong enough rear door. I've been to a race before where a guy unloaded his truck, and right as the weight of the truck got on the door, the freaking ramp door broke off. And it's like, oh my God, what a terrible way to start your race day. All right, so last but certainly not least in size here is my brand new 44-foot Intech gooseneck trailer behind us. This is what we went after for the Fossil. I kind of messed with you guys a little bit. This is for the Fossil. It's not for anything else. I only got one race truck, but nobody guessed the giveaway. So we're gonna have to do another giveaway. Something a little bit easier, I suppose. A couple people said engines, which I figured that's what people would say with telling people that we went to Indiana and whatnot. Somebody said a billet block. Like, I build transmissions for a living, guys. I ain't got that kind of money. But let me show you this thing and explain to you why I think this is the mecca of a hobbyist level trailer. So, starting with the gooseneck feature, man, I have never in my life towed with a gooseneck enclosed trailer before. I have a 2500 single wheel coil spring 4th gen, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to go with an Intech, because they're all aluminum. This is the lightest trailer in this size that you can get, and man, towing with that thing, unbelievable. Like I said, I've only towed bumper pulls before, and even with sway control, you know, when a semi goes by you, you feel it. Not with this thing, man. It is just straight as an arrow, and I couldn't believe on how much the truck didn't struggle. Now, of course, we don't have the race truck in it and all the good stuff, but first impressions, amazing. So, went with the windows in the bunk area, mainly for my wife, honestly, because you don't want it to get claustrophobic up there. You want to be able to see out and, you know, make it feel a little bit more like a camper. City water hookup, fresh water hookup, so it is a bathroom package trailer, shower and bathroom. Generator compartment with the slide out, just like Newman's trailer. This was a must-have feature for me. This is the full-size 6-foot escape door. So you pop the latches on this thing and the entire side of this trailer pops up. I have spent the last 2 years fighting getting trucks in the trailer, getting them dead straight, just such a pain. When you, at the end of the day at the racetrack, all you want to do is load up as fast as you can and go home. So this is going to make it way easier to do that. I'll actually be able to drive the truck in if I want, pop the door open and step out. And when you open it up, I'll show you on the inside better, but the wheel well actually comes out and there's steps on this thing. So these guys pretty much thought of everything. They're Alcoa wheels, and there's a little backstory to that. So my first job ever was working at a speed shop called Instant Karma Racing when I was 16 years old. And those guys had a toter and a stacker, and they had all nice stuff. Their stuff is just top notch, super nice quality. And I had a very entry-level job there, you know, at 16, and I would clean all their stuff. I'd clean the race cars, I'd clean the trailer, and every year I'd have to wash and hand wax the toter and stacker. And everything that they had was white, and all of their trailers and toter stuff had Alcoas. So I've always just been partial to a white trailer with Alcoas. So I wanted to build this trailer as the last one I ever have to buy. So I built it the way I wanted, with the Alcoas and in white. So another cool feature is these reverse lights. They're on both sides. When you put the truck in reverse, this actually floods all of the area around the trailer with lighting. So when you're trying to move this big thing at nighttime, it really makes it a lot easier. Pretty much wings on trailers nowadays are standard. Just like Jordan's trailer, it's got reverse light. It's got loading lights, a little different than his single light bar, but same concept. Paddle latches. This ramp door is rated for 6,000 pounds. So more than good for my you know, undisclosed weight truck, because that's going to be our next giveaway. So rear floodlights on each side. That's pretty much a standard option on trailers nowadays. I have my last trailer didn't even have lights, so loading it up at night was terrible. If you were racing at night, you didn't have any lights in the pit. That really sucked, so lights was definitely a big thing that I had to have on this thing. And a sound bar outside for sure, because the pits have got to be a party, of course. And surprisingly, that thing actually does really good. I'd play it for you, but I don't have any royalty-free music, and YouTube will be mad at me. Electrical outlet on this side. So when you've got, imagine the truck is here where the snow is, pitted. I got my tent set up. I'll have the electrical cord right there. I'll be able to run my fans, my generator, all that good stuff. I did not go with an awning. The reason I didn't go with an awning is two reasons. One, I already have a really nice shop tent with the Logan Built logo and all that good stuff on it, and I like that thing. I'm afraid of awnings because I've seen too many get ripped off of trailers, and usually awnings are really expensive and can sometimes be a piece of crap. The other third thing is that you don't always get to pit right here next to your trailer. 90% of the time you can, but the couple times that you can't, it sucks when you can't even use your awning. So inside is one of my favorite parts here. This thing is the widest trailer you can buy. It is 102 inches on the outside. You actually have to sign a waiver when you get this thing because it's legally too wide. Between the wheel wells is 83.5 inches, and like I said, this wheel well removes. So you just spin these two knobs off of it, pop open this full 6-foot tall side door, and you take that wheel well out. You bring it right in, no problem, super easy. Interior height on this is 7'6", so pretty much the same as Newman's, just 2 inches higher. This is something I really like. This is really cheap too. This was $100 to add this. Tie downs for your ratchet straps. I had these in my last trailer, and adding the carpet on here is really nice because when you have, you know, nice metal walls, you don't want these things to get tore up by ratchet straps. And then the ceiling lights are back here and in the front, so if you're done up there, you need to turn the lights off back here, no problem, you can do so. Feature you can't really tell right now, but when the doors open, there's actually a weather strip here that keeps crap out, and that is a pet peeve because when the doors open, there's usually always dirt that gets caught in between there. Not fun to keep clean. Ended up doing double lighting in here just because I wanted to have enough lighting. My wife and I argued about the interior colors, but I love the silver with the gray walls and the black cabinets and the black corners. My buddy Goose said it looks like an Apple store in here, and that cracked me up. But I just love the way the silver looks. She's white. She likes the white. Everything in our house is white. She's very committed to white interior colors, so she did not like when I picked silver. Fridge and freezer. That was one of those things to me that was kind of a must-have. You know, been racing my whole life really with my mom and dad. My dad's been racing since the 80s, and a fridge was something that we never had. We always had to drag a bunch of coolers, and it's just always a pain. So a fridge and a freezer was a must-have. Especially, I like to go to these events that are a couple days long, and at stuff like that, you gotta bring food and you gotta cook your own food. So gotta have a place for being able to cook food. Microwave is always a good addition. On this trailer, I got everything that I felt like we 100% needed, and I got nothing extra in my opinion. Everything that I went with on this trailer, I feel like will make our lives easier at the track, will make it more enjoyable for everybody, but I didn't go overkill. Because you can get out of control with these trailers. So 2 AC units, one here above where the golf cart will be, and then one up here in the bunk. The bunk is really nice. This will be nice to be able to put a bed in here. We can actually fit a king-size bed in this. I don't know if we're going to or not yet. We kind of got to lay out some stuff and see, because even though this trailer looks really big, you start to run out of space really quick when you start adding up all the things that you have to bring to the racetrack, which kind of goes back to that open trailer. discussion that we had at the beginning of the video is it's really nice to have it enclosed so you can bring all your stuff and it can stay in here and you don't have to take it out when you get home. It's just really nice. Climate control for that AC unit up there with us. Climate control for this AC unit down here. I like to be really cold when I sleep. So if I want to be a refrigerator up there, I can turn that on full blast or whatever. And my buddies that come with me to the track, if they don't want to be that cold, they can control their own AC unit. So that was kind of a must-have for me as well. It takes a team to do this stuff. I don't care what anybody says. There's no one person doing this on their own. So I wanted to make sure that this would accommodate pretty much anybody that ever wanted to come with me. 5 foot of E-track on the wall here, so that way I could strap a toolbox down. Just little things that I learned with my last trailers and racing all these years. The floor was another must-have, the aluminum floor for me personally. Some people don't like the aluminum floor, and I get it. It's a little bit colder. You know, it can kind of scratch and whatnot, but for me, it's just so nice to be able to clean up the, you know, an oil spill or you know, anything that could be. We have 2 dogs, so they're gonna pee in this thing at some point. They're gonna poop in here. It's gonna happen. So it's way easier for me to clean up the aluminum floor. And then I got the same winch that was in Newman's, the come up 5,000 pound remote wireless deal, nylon cord, exactly like his. Now I put my winch here, as opposed to typically they go up closer to the bathroom. And the reason I did that is because I have a golf cart. And my golf cart will come to about right where these D-rings are here. So if my winch was up there, I wouldn't be able to winch my truck in and out of here with the golf cart loaded, which is a problem. Typically, that's how I get my truck in and out of the trailer. I'm probably still gonna winch this truck in and out of the trailer because my wife hates the smell of that nitro fuel mix that I run, and I don't blame her. It stinks, and I don't want to get this thing all stinky if we're going to be living in here at the weekends in the racetrack. So I'll be able to sit in the truck and actually steer it in with the remote winch up here by myself. I do a lot of stuff by myself, and loading it by myself was a big thing that I wanted to be able to do. So I wanted the winch to not interfere with where the truck was, and not interfere with where the golf cart is. And then the bathroom, I got a, oops, I don't know where to look. There we are. This is actually a really big bathroom, but I wanted a full-size shower. That was a big thing that I had to have. It's just a little bit bigger than the one that's in Newman's, but the height was my big thing because I'm tall. I'm 6'2"-ish, 6'1". I don't know, depends on how much hair I have. And I wanted to be able to take a shower in that thing because we have a little camper, and man, it sucks to take a shower in that little camper. Sink, you know, vanity deal, typical, you know, toiletry stuff, nothing special. A couple extra cabinets in here, typical toilet, hot water heaters in there. It's a 10-gallon hot water heater, and the freshwater tank is a 90-gallon freshwater tank. So a lot of the trailers, like Newman's, I believe, is a 30 or a 40, which is totally fine for 2 people, 2 or 3 days, not going to be a problem. But like I said, I wanted to make sure that I could bring some people with me. You know, I'm always got 2 people with me pretty much at all times. I wanted to be able to bring 3, maybe even 4 people with me, and I need to be able to have, you know, fresh water for a couple days, so that way we can all stay in this thing and nobody has to get a hotel room. Like I said, I do this at a hobby level, so I can't afford to go pay in everybody's hotel room, even though I'd like to. So this trailer to me was an investment that, in my opinion, if you use it and you go and you race this thing 6, 7, 8 times a year, it'll pay its own monthly. If you factor in the cost of hotels and the fuel driving back and forth from hotels, and then, you know, you're really tempted to go eat out when you're out there, like, it makes the payment really a wash on this thing, honestly. And like I said, this is a all aluminum trailer, so there's no wood in this thing at all. It's all aluminum. it's not going to rot out. It's not going to rust away on me. I intend to keep this thing for my entire racing career, or as long as I possibly can at least. So just wanted to make the investment once and be done with it. So to me, that's why this is the perfect race trailer for if you want to, do this at like the highest novice level, I guess, if you want to say. Like I said in other videos, ain't nobody in diesel drag racing doing this for a living. We're all doing this to have fun. And to me, anything beyond this is pro level. This is top tier hobbyist. If you want something that you don't ever have to buy another one, and you can build this thing however you want. You call up Intech, man, and you can get crazy with it, or you can get really simple. The bathroom package was a must-have. The side door was a must-have. The fridge, the microwave. I just wanted to make sure that we could accommodate everything in here, and we could accommodate all of our guys. I almost missed one thing that I added that I really like. So this is a glass slide door, and a couple reasons I wanted this. One, so when I get to the track, I can open the outside door and latch it. So that way there's no risk of people walking in and out and forgetting to latch the door. We have a bad gust of wind, boom, it smashes into the side of the trailer. The other thing is this thing is like a insulated kind of glass, so it's not going to let the heat out with the AC units on. And I have 2 dogs, so they like to be able to see out. The dogs was a big factor in this too, because usually when we go out of town for the weekend, we got to get her mom and dad to watch them. Sometimes we got to board them, and that's an added cost. So these were all just factors into getting this particular trailer the way that we did. But the glass sliding door, super cool. Glad we got that. The radio. Help me out on this, guys. So this is a little bit different than what I wanted. I wanted there to be on 2 different zones. I wanted it to be where I could have the radio on in here, and out there, but if I wanted to turn the radio down just in here or off, I could turn it off or down in here, but keep the outside bumping. The way it's wired up right now, the radio is on in here, and I could turn the outside speaker on or off. I would rather be able to turn the inside speaker on and off. So I don't know anything about sound stuff. If somebody in here is a sound expert, let me know what I need to do to change that, because I got to be able to come in here and read data and look at things, and I need the music turned down, because you know how it is. You can't see when the music's on, just like when you're driving down the road. You're looking for the sign that you're trying to miss your exit, and let me turn the radio down so I can see. It's the same deal when you're looking at the laptop. So let me know how I can fix that. So another trailer thing that Chase Lunsford actually taught me this was, if you look at a trailer and it has a step in the frame right here, or inside of the trailer, that means it is not a full perimeter frame trailer. Usually all of the aluminum stuff is a full frame perimeter. Technically, a steel trailer that doesn't have a full perimeter frame isn't quite as good, but like I said, for what we're doing, guys, I don't think it matters that much. But that is technically a benefit of this, is that it is a full perimeter frame with the slide out step. And then lastly, the big thing with these is the resale value. Right now we are living in a crazy time, and things are going for, in my opinion, way more money than they should be, but it's the time we live in. And the wait time on an Intech trailer, I started this process in March of last year, and we just picked it up last week. Right now they are quoting, depending on the complexity of your build, 8 months to possibly 2 years wait time on these things. So the resale value is extremely good. I've seen these trailers 2, 3, 4 years old selling for more money than what they cost brand new right now. Not brand new when they bought them, brand new right now. It's kind of like the Ferrari deal. You can buy a brand new Ferrari cheaper than a used one because of the supply and demand deal. So that's another thing to factor in to your decision on getting a trailer, is resale value, things like that. Like I said, I have a 2500 truck, so the weight of this trailer was important to me. This trailer empty right now, the way you saw it, weighs 9820. To put it in perspective, Jordan's trailer weighs 8,300. So this trailer is about 1,500 pounds more, but it is a lot bigger. You know, with all of the added things, the gooseneck really makes them a lot heavier. So if I was to get this same trailer in a steel trailer, it would be 14 to 15,000 pounds, and I can't go buy another truck. I'm stuck with the truck that I've got. So it was important to me to be able to tow this with a single wheel, and that's my decision. So appreciate you watching this one, guys. Oh, giveaway. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Since I suck at the guessing game, apparently, I'm gonna give one that you have to be able to get right. Somebody's gonna have to be able to guess this one, because nobody guessed trailer. How much does the Fossil weigh race ready? And so when I say race ready, that's with me in it. That's my gear, helmet, fuel, water in the air to water. I mean, turnkey, sitting on the starting line. What does that thing weigh? And I'll give you a hint. I weigh 280 with clothes on. The gear's probably an extra 5 pounds. There is at any time at least 5 pounds of fuel in the truck, and I'm sorry, 5 gallons of fuel in the truck, and there is usually 3 gallons of water in the truck, possibly 5, but right now it's got 3 in it. So 3 gallons of water, 5 gallons of fuel. I'm 280 pounds. Tell me what your guess is. Drop a comment in this video, and I will do a video about the Fossil, and I will show you guys what it weighs. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys found this one really informative. Trailers is just something I don't see people talk about a lot. I just got this thing. Jordan had just got his not too long ago, and I thought, man, it'd be great to do a video on the different kinds of trailers. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. Catch you on the next one.